What's up, you guys? Big J MMA in the building. Hey, how are you guys doing? Hey, this is actually my second video. Last UFC card, it was Allen against Costa, and I really wanted to post a video of my predictions. I think I went 9-4, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was a great night of predictions. I bet on that card, I bet on the MVP card, and all around I made some good money. Actually, guys, the MVP card made me a lot of money because there were so many obvious picks, so many easy picks. And yeah, the UFC card, actually 9-4. I also made money on that card. Hey, I cashed the first round KO of Cody Brundage. I predicted that shit. So yeah, great night of predictions. You guys have to believe me. I recorded the video. I couldn't upload it because there were some issues with the verification of my YouTube account, and I couldn't get it to work. And obviously on Saturday, when I ran my first marathon, there was also the UFC card. So after I ran the marathon, I went home, rewatched some of the fights and watched the fights. But yeah, it was a crazy weekend, and after that there was a break. I had some stuff going on, so I wasn't able to record my first video. But right now I'm telling you guys, there are going to be predictions, at least predictions, every week. Even if there are no other videos, I will try to do other videos. If you want some videos, you have some ideas, something you would like to see, just tell me, guys. And yeah, we could just start with the predictions. So let's get over the fights. We have YADONG against FIGGY. Good fight. You know who I'm picking in that fight. Zhang Mingyang against Alonzo Manifield. Actually a good fight. White and Ganu against, the skyscraper Texera. Then we have Kaya Sakura, who I'm actually hyped for this weekend. Jake Matthews. All the Aussie casuals gonna be hyped for Jake Matthews. And then the prelims, guys. There are going to be some fire fights, but there are some no-names. There are maybe some people you don't know. But hey, that's part of the game. Sometimes you just have to enjoy the UFC slop. But either way, I have some good predictions. I have some bets that I think I'm going to cash. And yeah, let's start with the first fight. We have Luma Lukbun, me, against Amorim. No, but I actually know both of these ladies. So Luma Lukbun, she's a Muay Thai fighter. She has good stand-up. She has great takedown defense, and all around she's a good fighter. Amorim is more jiu-jitsu based. She has great ground game, and they are both solid. Like, they are above the bottom of the barrel. So they have decent wins. Not really. They have like. They beat the worst fighters in the strawweight division, but they lose when they face really good competition. So I think in this fight, Luma Lukbun is an underdog, but I like her chances. She has the stocky like takedown defense. She has better weapons in the striking, and I think that in that fight, she's gonna be alright. She's not gonna get a finish because she doesn't get finishes, but I think that she will win a damage-based decision against a jiu-jitsu fighter. Sorry, a jiu-jitsu fighter, and I just don't like picking the jiu-jitsu fighters because they are soy, and we don't like that shit. And Luma Lukbun is gonna win a damage-based decision with the striking, getting up from the takedowns, and yeah, am I that confident in this pick? No. Am I interested in this fight? No. But yeah, Luma Lukbun, if you want to bet, now actually, guys, you could bet on the underdog, but I'm probably not gonna even touch this fight because I'm not confident in either choice. But yeah, that is the first fight. Not one of my most confident picks, but the confident picks are gonna come. So now we go to the second fight, which is Zhu Kangji against Rodrigo Vera. So in this fight, we have, I think they are both making their debuts. Zhu Kangji, coming from Road to the UFC, which is, as you guys know, not the most promising way to get into UFC. A lot of fighters turn out to be frauds because the level of competition is so low. And then you have Rodrigo Vera, who is also making his UFC debut, and you can see 21-1. He only has one loss on his record and 21 wins, so he is good. There is no denying it. And Zhu Kangji obviously also has a great record. I think that they are UFC caliber. Both of them actually UFC caliber. You can't say the same about every single one of these fighters. But yeah, I think that, guys, this fight is gonna go the distance. Both of them very tough. You can just see it. Like, I don't think any of them ever got knocked out. They have crazy chins. They have good output, good power, and they know how to win fights. But I don't like that Zhu Kangji won most of his last fights by a split decision, and I think that he should have lost one of them. And he beats like the very low competition. But when he goes to the road to UFC, like to the finals and faces better competition, he makes it very close. And I think that you can only make it very close a number of times. And I think that Rodrigo Vera, obviously coming with, debut energy, and he wants to make a statement. He wants to show that he arrived in the UFC. I think that actually he is the better all-around fighter. Not going to go into the technical breakdown too much because I haven't watched that much tape on both of them. But I know that they are kind of similar, and in my opinion, Rodrigo Vera is gonna actually win a decision, 29-28. I think he may lose a round, but I think that in this fight, it's just Rodrigo Vera decision written all over it. So, guys, I don't know if there's that much value on this pick, but in my opinion, a very good pick. These are like the sneaky picks that the debuting fighter winning by decision against a tougher opponent. I like these picks, and I like the odds. I think the odds are very close. I think Vera is actually the favorite, and I think that do you say betmakers? Yeah, I think the betmakers did the correct job of making him the favorite, and I think he's going to win this fight by a decision. Guys, I'm not going to try to waste too much time on the prelims breakdown. But yeah, we have the third fight, Angela Hill. Hey, Auntie is a legend of the game. She's been around the block. She has many fights in the UFC, but as of late, not that great. If you have talent and if you are actually a good fighter, you can outdo Angela Hill nowadays. And I think that a 19-2 Jingyang Jong, oh, I butchered that name, but yeah, she's 38, a 38-year-old prospect. Hey, she's a rival of Lerone Murphy and Mike Mallet, also like the 35-year-old prospects. But yeah, she's making her debut at 38. I think that's way too late to go on a title run. But if I am confident in one pick in this card, then it is, I'm just gonna call it the Chinese lady. The Chinese lady I think she was a champion in one championship, and she looked good. As you can see by her record, she dominated. She is a good fighter, all around good fighter. And in my opinion, she is gonna win against Angela Hill. I think Angela Hill will be tough. She will be game as always. And I think in this fight, again, I predicted a lot of decisions so far, but I think that the first three fights are gonna go to a decision. Jing Yang Jung is gonna win by decision. I could see a finish here. This is actually one of Bedtime's favorite quotes. I could see a finish here, but I don't see it. I think the Chinese lady by decision, easy pick. She's a good fighter. She's a good 38-year-old prospect. But yeah, not gonna waste too much time on this fight. Just bet some money on Jiong. She's gonna win. And then a fight that I like because Luis Gurule, for those of you who watched the last UFC card, Allen against Costa, Luis Gurule won his fight, and I think I had him on like 4 parlays because I was very confident that Gurule could win that fight either way, like in any way he could win this fight. And he won against the Spanish fighter. I think the Spanish guy got cut, Barres or something he was called. But yeah, he won that. I knew he would win that because he has good striking. He's kind of slow. He actually has good grappling. But I think he's just... He loses against anyone who has like something different about him, like a good skill set, or not even that. He loses against Aguilar on the feet, getting pieced up by Aguilar on the back foot. And against Ray Tsuruya, you can say about him what you want, but he lost against my boy, Joshua Van. He lost against Joshua Van. So yeah, wow, he lost against Joshua Van. Now people call him a fraud and that he can only grapple. Yeah, he can only grapple, and he doesn't need to do anything else, because against low competition fighters like Luis Gurule, who is not bad but not that good, he will win. So yeah, I'm confident that Ray Tsuruya will just simply out-grapple Luis Gurule, who has stocky defense and who has like good boxing in the pocket, but he's slow. He's not that powerful. I think Ray Tsuruya will actually be comfortable exchanging on the feet, and if he gets maybe caught, I don't think he gets knocked out by someone like Luis Gurule. And I think that Tsuruya at 23 years old, guys, I think that he was 21 when he fought Joshua Van, so cut him some slack. He's a good prospect. He's gonna go far in this division. Maybe he will lose some in the future, but by the time he's like 28, he will be in the top 7. I think so. I really believe so, and I think that he will not lose against Luis Gurule, who just gets a quick turnaround against such an amazing fighter. Such good judo throws. He has the judo throws like Ronda Rousey. No, but really, he has good judo throws. He has good, like, relentless takedowns, and he shoots so often. And he will get him. He will maybe control Luis Gurule, threaten submissions, get the back, and yeah, I like Ray Tsuruya in this fight. I'm actually gonna go by a round 2 submission, end of round 2, after, you know, maybe some exchanges, some back and forth action. But Ray Tsuruya, like, hey, he's got the blonde hair, he's dripped out. I like Ray Tsuruya, man. I always liked the Japanese fighters, but Ray Tsuruya, I like him as a I like him as a fighter, and I think he's gonna do great in this fight. I wouldn't say that submission is a lock, but I think he gets a submission in this fight. He's trying to make a statement after losing to the champion Joshua Van, and I think he's gonna be right back in the win column against Luis Gurule. Ray Tsuruya, round 2 submission. Hey. Now, next fight we have Ao Rikleng against Cody Haddon. Man, I butcher so many names today, but you have to cut me some slack. These are actually hard names. But yeah, we have the Chinese guy against Cody Haddon. Guys, I'm not gonna waste too much time. Cody Haddon by any way he wants. Any way he wants, really. He can hurt him on the feet. I don't think that he could actually knock him out on the feet. I don't think Cody Haddon is that dominant of a striker. He's more an all-around fighter who can do everything. He's like the Aussie guys. He's just able to do everything, mix it up. He's gonna shoot takedowns. He's gonna strike. He's gonna just make an MMA masterclass and beat this guy. And I don't even think that the other guy has puncher's chance. Which is a crazy thing to say, but I really believe in Cody Haddon. He has been on a 2-year layoff, and I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance. I think he's gonna outstrike him, outgrapple him, and I think that also in this fight he's gonna get a submission, and I think that he will get a submission actually also in the second round. after, you know, maybe a back and forth first round. But I could just see in this fight a Cody Haddon masterclass. Cody Haddon, you know, just perfect performance against a fighter who is not bad at all, but I don't see anything that promising from Auric Leng. But yeah, I don't see anything that promising. So Cody Haddon masterclass, put this guy on your parlay, even if the odds are not good. You know, maybe sprinkle something on submission, because I think that he could get a submission in this fight. But yeah, we have 2 more fights on the prelims. We have Ding Meng against Jose Enrique. You can already see Jose Enrique, who is just a mutant. He's ginormous, he's long and lengthy. And yeah, in this fight, guys, Ding Meng, he's a brawler who's chinny, which, you know, I don't really understand like what he's doing, but you can see his record, 35-9. This guy gives me the vibes. I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert about this guy, but this guy gets me just like, he reminds me of just someone who is just, his life is just about fighting. He has so many fights. He's 31 years old and has so many fights, and he's fighting a 24-year-old who lacks activity, who is of course improving, and I think that he has promise, but I don't think that he is UFC level. Ding Meng might not be like UFC level, but I think he can hang around, win some Raws, and outlast some opponents, because he's very tough. He gets dropped, and he gets dropped a lot, but he comes back, and you have to like put his lights out. He has not the best defense, and he's looking for a car crash. And I think that Jose Enrique is not going to be educated enough to just stay on the outside and counter Ding Meng. I think that he could catch him, but I don't even see him finishing him. So yeah, give me Ding Meng by maybe round 2 or round 3. I like round 2 today, so give me round 2 KO. He's gonna like tee off on Jose Enrique after tiring him, you know, landing to the body, and just, yeah, making it a car crash. And he's gonna car crash into Jose Enrique, and he's gonna win his UFC debut. These two are not that good fighters, but I think it's gonna be a fun fight, because Ding Meng always has fun fights. He finishes most of his fights. He's actually a good fighter against bottom level opponents. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do the same against higher level opponents, but he's gonna win that fight. I think that there is some value on him, just simply betting KO on him, which it is always nice to hit a bet when the other fighter just slimes someone out. I love that. Just like seeing your picket right by some guy sliming the other guy out. So yeah, give me Ding Meng by a round 2 KO, just mogging Jose Enrique. And yeah, I think that is actually one of the confident picks of mine, even if the odds are slightly close, I think. But yeah, now as you can see, guys, until now not a lot of underdogs I picked. Last card I picked a lot of underdogs, and most of them hit. But yeah, let's get to this fight where we have middleweight Luis Felipe Diaz, who is, I guess, he's a good grappler. He looks like fucking Hulk. And you have Yi Zak Lee. Hey, I nailed that name, right, guys? But yeah, he's South Korean prospect. He's a grappler. He's all right. He's just in my opinion, he's a mid fighter. And then you have Luis Felipe Diaz, who is, you know, he's chinny. He's just a muscular guy who likes to create scrambles and, you know, win his fights that way. In most of his fights, he I think he gets a finish in all of his fights, either by ground and pound or by submission, or can bomb someone with that power. But I don't think he's gonna go far in the UFC. I think that these like buff grappling guys who are not elite grapplers, because he's not an elite grappler. He's a good scrambler, but I don't really rate him that highly. But I think it's gonna be enough to beat Isaac Lee, who is also gonna try to grapple. And I think that Luis Felipe Diaz, you just have to do him on the feet and stuff the takedowns to win against him. Because if you entertain the grappling, you're gonna lose. And I think that Luis Felipe Diaz is gonna out-scramble Isaac Lee. I could see a decision where maybe the lights are too bright. Yeah, right. The lights are too bright for Luis Felipe Diaz, and he's just gonna play it safe, win a decision. But actually, in this fight, I think that he's gonna win by round 1 submission against Isaac Lee. I think that he's gonna out-scramble him, and I think that he's gonna just find maybe the mount, and from there get the rear naked choke after Isaac Lee turns over himself. Hey, guys, this is a accurate prediction, but just I think that Luis Felipe Diaz will get the submission in the first round, out-scrambling the Korean prospect who shouldn't be here. Let's be honest, guys, he shouldn't be here, but he is. So I guess we have to go with it. So yeah, these were the prelims. So guys, we get to the main card, and now we are talking. Hey, the main card is actually great. I like the fights. And let's get starting with the flyweight division, where we have Alex Perez against Sumadaji. I know Sumadaji, that's why I know his name. But he's going against Alex Perez, number 11 ranked. And I see a lot of people picking Sumadaji, and I don't agree. I have to be honest. I think that Sumadaji, he's obviously long and rangy. Nowadays, he learned how to control his range. I think that he's now a good fighter with kicks on the outside and, winning that way. But I don't like that he's on a win streak, but he makes it close against a lot of people. Against Mitro Posto, against guys like Jesus Aguilar. He wins like... He does enough to win rounds, but he's not dominant enough. And against Alex Perez has been around, man. He fought the who's. He fought every guy you can think of at flyweight who is good. And in his last 2 fights after coming back from the injury, he fought Arzu Almabayev, and he was up 2 rounds. I don't care what anyone says. He was up 2 rounds, and he got caught in the guillotine against Arzu Almabayev, who I rate very highly. I think that he's actually a very good prospect from Kazakhstan. And then you have the win over what's his name? Inalji Johnson. And he just, guys, let's be honest, he slimed him out in the first round. And I think that Charles Johnson before then never lost via knockout. The same as Sumadaji. He's long and rangy. I don't think that he fights behind kicks as well as Sumadaji, but I think that he is better. He has better defense, and Charles Johnson beat Sumadaji. So there's that. I know MMA math doesn't work, but I think that Alex Perez is just 1 level above Sumadaji. He is gonna mix in the takedowns if he's smart. He's gonna kick Sumadaji, which is probably not gonna work. But he's gonna try to get on the inside box with him, and Sumadaji needs to have a master class performance. And I don't see the danger level of Sumadaji being enough to scare off someone like Perez, who has a good chin, who is experienced, and I think he can knock out Sumadaji. But I think that he's gonna hurt Sumadaji sometimes. He's gonna shoot takedowns, he's gonna win rounds via damage. He can be like outdone, and I think that this fight could be close, but I think that with the grappling, with the power, and with the experience of fighting better competition, way better competition, he's gonna win against Sumadaji. I think he's a favorite. I see a lot of people picking Sumadaji, but that is one of these fights that I just can't see Sumadaji actually winning against Alex Perez, because Perez only loses to the elite, and that has been the rule so far. And I think that he's gonna continue like that. And I just like his hunger. He's still hungry. You can see it, the way he fights, the way he comes back from crazy injuries. And yeah, I like him in this fight. I think, guys, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Round 2 KO. Alex Perez is back. He slams out the taller and rangy opponent. And I think that he's gonna upset Sumadaji in China. And hey, I think he's gonna get another bonus. So yeah, Alex Perez, masterful KO, round 2. Hey. Now we have Jake Matthews against Carlston Harris. Guys, I started watching UFC. I think the Charles Oliveira against Makhachev, this fight, that fight, I don't remember. I think the co-main was Jan versus O'Malley. And since then, I never really saw Carlston Harris fight. I might be tripping, but he's an unk. He's experienced, and I think he's just Neil Magny from Wish. He's not that good, guys. Carlston Harris, unk maxing against Jake Matthews. And I think in this fight, you know, Jake Matthews, he's also, these Australians, man. But you know, all around MMA fighter. He can do everything. He does not have good power. He has submission skills. That is something that he has. But I think that Carlston Harris is good enough to not get submitted, because he never got submitted in his career. On the ground, he has maybe a chance against Jake Matthews. And I swear to God, if Jake Matthews shoots sloppy takedowns and gets dust against Carlston Harris, I'm gonna be so mad, guys. If that happens, because that happened against Magny, shooting sloppy takedowns in the third round, and then it costs you the whole fight. But I think that in that fight, he's gonna, if he wants to make a statement and slime out Carlston Harris, he could do that. He could just try to land bombs on him. But I think that in this fight, no, you know what? Give me Jake Matthews by TKO. I think that he can hurt Carlston Harris. I think he could jump on a submission. And you know what? I'm actually going to go by... I pick a lot of fighters by submission, but that's just my opinion. I think that Jake Matthews is going to club and sub. He's going to hurt Carlston Harris on the feet in some time during the fight. And what you know about Jake Matthews, he has great submission instincts. He's going to maybe jump in the back, maybe take the back, go to mount, and from there he's going to finish Carlston Harris. Carlston Harris will give up the neck when hurt. And yeah, I think Jake Matthews is going to take him out actually in the second round. After a back and forth first round, maybe Jake Matthews get into some bad positions. But no, Carlston Harris is not going to cockroach Max in this fight and win against Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews actually should have beat Neil Magny. I'm standing on that. He beat Neil Magny, and that is a fact. And now he's gonna fight against essentially a worse version than Neil Magny in Carlston Harris. So Jake Matthews, round 2, club and sub. Submission. So yeah, I think 4 fights to go. I love this card. This card actually has some good fights. Some good fights like Kaya Sakura against Cameron Smotherman. Guys, I heard Bedtime say that he doesn't know why Asakura is such a big favorite. Guys, Asakura should be an even bigger favorite, because in this fight I don't see a path to victory for Cameron Smotherman. Smotherman is slow. He has good boxing. He has kind of good combos, but he's open to counters. Kaya Sakura is a counter striker. Cameron Smotherman is not good enough to mix in takedowns because Kaya Sakura will just pop back up. His gas tank at 135 will be better. I think he will have better power. Kaya Sakura is a bantamweight in my opinion, not a flyweight, and I think he's gonna be just fine. Cameron Smotherman got TKO'd 2 times in his career, and I think that after seeing him have such a bad weight cut, you know, obviously collapsing after the weigh-ins, which is, you know, jokes aside, I hope that he's now okay, and I think that I hope that his weight cut is going to be better now and not as bad as the last one, because obviously they are fighting in a cage, but I want all of them to have still good health and make it out of there as healthy as possible. Having said that, give me Akaya Sakura by round 1 KO. I could see, actually guys, I could see a flying knee. I could see a counter hook. So yeah, I think that Smotherman is tough and he had some good performances, but he has never fought someone like Kaya Sakura, who lost to a crafty vet. And I know it's not the best look to lose against someone like, what's the guy's name? He just fought Steve Ersak. Tim Elliott. And yeah, but Tim Elliott actually has great BJJ and he's dangerous on the ground and he's awkward. And I don't think that Kaya Sakura, I think that Kaya Sakura will be just fine fighting someone who is just a normal boxer. I think that he faced a lot of these guys like Cameron Smotherman in Roisin, and he's gonna get a KO in the first. I could see a decision where he plays it safe because he just wants to get his UFC win, but I don't think that that is what Kaya Sakura is made of. I think he's gonna catch Cameron Smotherman and put him out. And yeah, I like him in this fight. Give me Kaya Sakura round 1 KO. Now, featured fight. We have Sergey Pavlovich against Talishan Teixeira. Guys, I don't know why. In my opinion, this just... Guys, am I too confident in Pavlovich? I don't see this fight going any other way than Pavlovich round 1 KO. That is also going to be my bet. I think that Pavlovich is gonna win against Talishan Teixeira in the first round. Guys, I'm on some feed right now recording this because my girlfriend's parents are asleep. My girlfriend is asleep, and I can't talk inside the house. But I hear some strange noises. I'm kind of, nah, man, I'm not scared, but you know what I mean, guys. Nah, I just got off topic. But Sergey Pavlovich is gonna slime out Teixeira in the first round. I think that this pick kind of scares me because for me it's so obvious, and I don't see why the UFC match made that. I don't see any path of victory for Teixeira because he is long, but he has the tall man's defense, and he does not have good defense. He does not fight well behind kicks. He likes to box. He throws some kicks with, I guess, some alright technique, but he's just so open. He has no cardio. He mixes in bad takedowns. He's not gonna get takedowns against Pavlovich. I'm gonna promise you that. Maybe in the clinch he has chances, but Pavlovich, I think that he's not gonna even entertain the clinch. He's just gonna step out and continue to bomb Talishan Teixeira. And I don't really, it's such an obvious pick to me that I'm kind of scared to pick Pavlovich because I don't know why the UFC match made such a one-sided fight. Give me Pavlovich. Hey, after that, Pavlovich will be on a 3-fight win streak against Cortez Acosta, against Rosenstruik, the guy who just got a DUI. And now Talishan Teixeira KO, in my opinion, first round. and he's gonna be back. You know, White Ngannou on, you know, after a KO, he's gonna try to look for a number one contenders fight, and maybe after that get a title shot. But for me, easy pick, Pavlovich. He's also a big favorite against Teixeira, and I think he's gonna be just fine in this fight. And give me him also first round KO. Guys, I'm gonna promise you one thing. This card is gonna be amazing. This card is gonna be a lot of finishes, fun fights, crazy fights. And I look forward to the last two. We have a light heavyweight banger in Zhang Mingyang against Alonzo Manifield. Guys, Zhang Mingyang is kill or be killed. There is no if, ands or buts. He's going in there for the kill. He does not go to decisions. He slams you out or he gets slammed out. And against Alonzo Manifield, I think that Manifield has some power. He's like a good gatekeeper to the top 15. But I think that at 38 years old, being slammed out by Ozdemir, which, hey, not a bad loss. Ozdemir is actually really good. Really underrated fighter in the light heavyweight division. But he got slammed out very quickly. He had no chance in that fight. He just got marked. And I think Zhang Mingyang has good elbows in the clinch, good striking, good hooks, blockhead defense. He could get caught, but I think that if you want to KO Zhang Mingyang, you have to like check hooking or counter him badly coming in. I think that Manifield, I might regret saying this, but I don't think he has the greatest counters. I think that he has all right technique, but he has like the clubbing overhands that I don't think that's gonna work against Zhang Mingyang, who is just gonna counter that shit. And give me Zhang Mingyang in China, round one again. Round one slime out. He's gonna KO Alonzo Manifield, who got KO'd by great fighters. But even when he wins fights, it's just like against Umar Sai, a very close fight, or against Julius Walker, also a close fight. And I don't like his performances, even if he wins. And I think that Zhang Mingyang, if so many people can hurt Alonzo Manifield, and he gets like wobbled in every fight. I think that when you get wobbled in every fight, Zhang Mingyang is gonna be like a shark in the fucking water. He's gonna smell blood. He's gonna jump on Alonzo Manifield. Alonzo Manifield, I don't think that he has like the easy counter when he's on the cage getting battered with elbows and hooks. I think that he's just gonna get slammed out in this fight. But I can never be confident in Zhang Mingyang against someone with power, because he lost against Johnny Walker. I know that he got his nerve kicked, and that was kind of a weird TKO, and he would have beat Johnny Walker either way. But I'm not confident in Zhang Mingyang, and I don't like the odds on KO. So I'll probably just bet one time on him by KO, maybe in the first round, because that's how he gets it done usually. But yeah, Zhang Mingyang, round one slam out. Now we have Deiveson Figueiredo against Song Yadong. Guys, the main event. I don't find this fight very interesting. I think that Figueiredo gets kind of overlooked in this fight, and I think that he can win rounds. He can just maybe out-grapple Song Yadong sometimes, or just out-scramble him. I think that a FIGGY 2 years ago against Song Yadong would be a 50-50 fight, but I don't like FIGGY's last performance. It's just no output. He is slowing down. His power is not the same. He can sit you down, And I think that he can sit down Song Yadong. But guys, Song Yadong is 28 years old. Sean O'Malley is no joke. He's really good, and he made the fight against Sean O'Malley razor close. And he makes fights razor close against anyone. And even the fight he wins, it's usually by decision. But after seeing him slam out Henry Cejudo, even it was a eye poke and no TKO. But usually against the Unks, he gets them out of there. And I know Figgy is tough. He has never been KO'd. And I don't think that Song Yadong has insane, inhumane power. He has good power. But yeah, I think he could get a KO. But actually, the more I think about it, Figgy is tough. Figgy is an Unk. Figgy is a former champion. People were like very afraid of his first bantamweight fights. And I think that he is still good. He did not lose many fights in his career, but I think that Song Yadong entering his prime, getting better everywhere, and making it close against Sean O'Malley, I think that he can outdo a Davison Figueiredo. I would just wish for Song Yadong to get like a standout performance, but you can't force a finish against Figgy because he's so tough. Song Yadong does not have like a very threatening BJJ. So give me Song Yadong 49-46. I think Figgy might win like one round. I don't see this fight going well for him. And give me Song Yadong 49-46 decision. He's the better fighter. He's in his prime. Figgy, I think it might be done. The God of War might be done. He might be done at least against fighters like Song Yadong and Umar. He can still win against people like Montel Jackson. I think he's still better than people like Roundy Barcelos. But he's just not in his prime anymore. It's not the same Figgy that he used to be. And in my opinion, Song Yadong is also a lock. Now, guys, it's time for a parlay. I'm gonna be honest, Song Yadong for me kind of a lock. I think decision has good odds because there is some value on KO, but I don't see the standout performance. Song Yadong usually wins by decision, by just outdoing his opponents, and I don't think that he can just slime out Figgy, and I don't think that he's gonna win by decision. So maybe Song Yadong take him over 3.5 rounds, get some decent odds. Zhang Mingyang by KO. I'm not that very confident in this, but yeah, Sergey Pavlovich KO should be a lock. Kaya Sakura KO. I think that there are some good odds on this prediction, but yeah, Jake Matthews actually getting a finish could be. Guys, I'm picking the heavy favorites, but they are heavy favorites for a reason. In the last MVP card, I picked the heavy favorites, and I got a lot of money. And I don't see like a lot of heavy favorites where I don't understand why they are so heavily favored. So Jake Matthews, Kaya Sakura, Pavlovich, and Song Yadong are obviously locks. You know who else is a lock? Cody Haddon is a lock. So even if you put them on a parlay, I think that they are safe to win. They also have little chance of getting fluked, except maybe Jake Matthews. But yeah, you have someone like Rodrigo Vera by decision, which I think is a good bet. I wouldn't touch the women fights. Maybe on Xiong you can sprinkle some money. I think that Ray Tsuruya by the submission is actually a good bet, considering that most people think that Gurul is actually hard to be submitted, which is true. But he's fighting my boy Ray Tsuruya, who's going to make a statement, who's going to submit Luis Gurul. And yeah, I wouldn't touch this fight, Ding Meng against Jose Enrique. Maybe bet some money on Ding Meng by KO, but guys, not too confident. And then Luis Felipe Diaz. I think that he's just good enough to beat some random South Korean guy who shouldn't be in the UFC, shouldn't be here. And I think that Alex Perez, who has, he's just a very, very slight favorite. But I think that there is good value on Alex Perez because I think that he can win this fight in many ways. Guys, there are people who said that he could have beat, what's his name? Mohamed Mokaev. Perez makes it close against the elite, and I think that he's gonna win. He's gonna be able to win against Sumadaji, who is, I don't think that he's like top 10 level yet, and I don't think that he will ever be, honest. I think that he could maybe float around in the top 15 maybe, but he's not gonna beat someone like Alex Perez, who I just know how hungry he is and how much he wants this win. So yeah, this is the card. I like this card. As a European, you can already see it. 10 a.m. is the start of the prelims. I'm gonna just enjoy my Saturday watching these fights throughout the whole day. After that, you know what time it is. It is the Champions League final, PSG against Arsenal, where I already had some bets on that. I bet on Crystal Palace to win, Bayern Munich to win the DFB Pokal, and Kane to score. And now I just need PSG to win the final. And then I even made money on football, which I don't usually bet on football, but I would even have made money on that. And guys, I know I'm gonna make money on UFC this weekend. If you trust my predictions, you might make some money too. Guys, this is no guarantee. I could always just be completely wrong, but that usually doesn't happen. That happens very, very rarely. And my prediction rate is 70% for a reason. And it could, I think that in the future it will get better and better. And yeah, I like these fights. I'm gonna enjoy my Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, to support the page, maybe leave a like. But most importantly, comment what you want to see in the future. What videos you like to see, if you enjoy the content. And yeah, you know, this channel is not about like making a career out of it. I just love UFC. I love talking about UFC. And I just want to interact with other UFC fans. So leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future. If you like the video. And a subscription would always be nice. I'm gonna be honest, guys. But yeah, if you are just watching this during the day, have a nice day. If you are watching this before going to sleep, sleep well, recover well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.